Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Leeward Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
And I'm Leroy. All right, so we got another TikTok video. This is from Naisha _Deshay 29. So she said, instead of a man taking her out on a date, why don't you go and just fix my car? Listen to this.
So I had somebody that asked to take me on a date, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling him, well, instead of taking me on a date, the same money that you gonna use towards the date, you can help me buy my part for my car. My car is still drivable, but I need like a crankshaft or a camshaft, and it's like $200. And I was like, well, whatever money that you was gonna use towards the date, you can help me put the money towards buying the part. And I was like, I'll come up with the rest. You know, like, you ain't got to give me the whole thing. Now, this part that I need, it keeps my car from cranking. Like I might have to try like 2 times and then it crank, but it don't crank right up.
Let that thing keep cranking, dude, because I ain't giving you shit.
But this part that I need, it'll help it crank right up. So he gonna say that's beneficial to me.
It is. The guy was right.
But the date is beneficial to you, right?
And
No.
you eating, ain't you?
Exactly.
The fuck?
I mean, these women
He's
are
a
so
fucking
funny
idiot.
with this shit.
How about you say that arm tattoo and fucking buy your $200 crankshaft or whatever you need?
Right. I mean, I'm
He's trying to
assuming.
spend. Somebody's trying to spend time with her and over dinner, and you talking about save that money and go buy me a car part.
A damn
Get out of her fucking
a
mind.
crankshaft. Well, it'll crank, but you had to crank it 2 times. Well, let that thing keep cranking then. Look.
She would have said some shit like to me. I'd be like, all right, I got you, and not a fucking blocking her number.
Okay, $200 for a crankshaft. You can save that. If money is tight, you can save that for to get your car fixed. So why are you not getting that fixed now? She gonna wait for some dude that want to date her.
Looking for a sucker.
Right.
At least my man wasn't no sucker. He said, that's your problem.
Yep. All right, so we go to Prince George County, Maryland. 32-year-old mother Talika Brown is accused of shooting teenage daughter following an argument inside her home. Here's the report.
When mom Talika Brown spoke with first responders after her 13-year-old daughter was shot yesterday afternoon, this was what she told them.
Mom is advising that she arrived home like this. She came home, but she was already bleeding and apparently had a gunshot wound.
The mom tried to lie her way out of it, huh?
Shot in her neck by a homeless person.
So a homeless person broke in her house and shot her daughter to death.
Prosecutors say the mom was the one who allegedly pulled the trigger and shot her daughter in the neck after an argument. According to court documents, the daughter told investigators she then fell down the stairs and couldn't move. She was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Brown is now charged with first-degree attempted murder. Acting Seat Pleasant Police Chief Cedric Hayward saying in a statement, "It is always tragic when we have acts of violence within our community, but it is heart-wrenching when the perpetrator is supposed to be your protector." Maryland court records show Talika Brown was accused in a domestic violence case last year, with a judge granting a temporary stay-away order. It's not clear from who or where.
The same daughter that she shot.
Brown was also temporarily ordered to surrender any guns. The records show the final stay-away order was later denied because there was no statutory basis for relief. As for the 13-year-old daughter, police say she's now recovering at the hospital. According to court documents, the teen told investigators her mom allegedly asked her to lie and say she was shot by an intruder.
Damn,
And
you gonna bust me in my ass with a fucking bullet. Now I gotta lie and say somebody else did it?
And a homeless person shot. How we know this person is homeless?
They stupid. Because if a homeless person got a gun with some bullets, he's selling that shit.
Right.
He's not sitting there fucking holding on to it. Shooting fucking teenagers.
Scheduled to appear in Prince George's County Court tomorrow afternoon for a bond review hearing. In Seat Pleasant, Amy Cho, News 4.
According to court documents, Brown told police the gun in the house wasn't hers. Prosecutors say Brown is not currently banned from possessing a gun.
Boyfriends. All right, we going to Queens, New York, where two rookie officers, Justin McClellan and Justin Cologne, two Justins, with the New York Police Department, has been indicted on charges of burglary, forcible touching, petty larceny, and official misconduct after prosecutors said they groped and robbed a sex worker while on patrol duty in Queens. Another old school crime. Here we go.
Serious charges tonight against two NYPD officers accused of entering a brothel and stealing money from a sex worker before groping her. Investigative reporter Tim McNicholas was in court as they faced a judge for the first time.
The Queens.
I would think a brothel would have cameras inside.
District attorneys.
Say it again.
No, they wouldn't.
You don't think a brothel would have cameras inside?
No, not like they might have one at the front door, maybe. You just see who coming and going in case they about to get raided or something.
Yeah. I ain't talking about like in every room or anything like that.
Because you don't want to have certain people on camera. You know what I mean? Fuck their reputation up, especially if they can see the camera.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm thinking like the front door, and maybe like if they have a back, like an alleyway or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I didn't mean like every room or anything like that.
Office says the officers committed the crimes back in July in an area where the NYPD.
Here we go again. These cops be committing crimes damn near a year ago, and we just finally hearing the
fucking gang, man.
He has been trying to crack down on brothels here at 89th Street and Roosevelt Avenue.
Officers, is it true that you broke into the brothel?
Prosecutors say officers Justin McMillan and Justin Cologne responded to a call about prostitution at a building.
I don't know which Justin is.
The two young guys, the black guy and the light skinned guy, right?
Okay, but which one is which? Was that McCullen, the light skinned one?
Cologne is the light skinned one.
Okay, well he looked like he damn 15.
On 89th Street, then took a key from a woman exiting the building. Investigators say McMillan and Cologne reported that they saw nothing and left, then returned 8 hours later, still in uniform and still on duty, and unlocked the brothel door. The DA's office says a man engaged in prostitution took off, and then Officer McMillan stole cash from a sex worker and groped her buttocks and breast. Law enforcement sources say the officers, who are both within their first 2 years on the job, turned off the lights when they entered and never reported anything that happened. Prosecutors say the sex worker ran away and called 911 after McMillan groped her.
Officer McMillan, is it true that you groped the sex worker?
This is like 1970 crime where you could just go into a place and grope these women and take money from them. And hey, look, if you give me such and such, I'll be protection. No, you won't get busted. That's stuff from like the 1970s
Watching
or
them
some
old
shit.
blaxploitation movies or something.
Right.
The officers and their attorneys said nothing as they left court after entering pleas of not guilty. Both their lawyers told the judge
they all proud and shit that they cops and shit, and they embarrassing the family like this. They fucking life away.
They deny the charges and plan on fighting them. District Attorney Melinda Katz said in a statement the officers' body-worn cameras were, quote, intentionally turned off so that their misdeeds would not be recorded. Police say the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau initiated the investigation. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch tells CBS News New York police work is based on public trust and, quote, when that
this commissioner, police commissioner and damn 45 years old.
Trust is broken. As it was in this case, the entire police department must answer for it.
Commissioner, I guess ain't no such thing as like going up in rank anymore.
Tisch of the NYPD says any officers who violate their oath will be held accountable. Those officers are now suspended without pay. They're due back in court in late April. At 89th Street and Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, Tim McNicholas, CBS News, New York.
Yeah, stop this 1970 crime, y'all. It's a new day and age. The technology is way too good for you to be sitting there.
I mean, they fucking idiots. If they wanted to fucking enjoy the pleasures of the brothel, they could have did that and there'd have been no harm, no foul. but to steal the key and then run up there robbing them and groping them and all that shit. You a fucking menace to society out this bitch.
All right. Now, we going back to Dauphin County, Pennsylvania. Remember we did a story on the judge, Sonya McKnight, who shot her boyfriend in the bed, and she lied and said that it was a intruder that shot him in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So she was convicted of attempted murder and other counts for shooting her boyfriend in the head last year. So here's the update on this one.
WGAL News 8 begins with breaking news.
And welcome back to News 8 at noon, everyone. I'm Brian Roach.
Look at it. Oh, nice little cute thing, too.
Breaking news, a suspended Dauphin County district judge accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend in his sleep has been found guilty of attempted murder. News 8's Tom Lehman joins us live from Harrisburg with more on the verdict.
Yeah, Brian, that verdict coming in just a little bit under 2 hours of deliberation by this jury here at the Dauphin County Courthouse here in Harrisburg. And they found Sonya McKnight guilty of attempted murder as well as aggravated assault in this case that stems from what prosecutors have argued from the very beginning was an incident involving her shooting her ex-boyfriend, who had just broken up with her a week prior at his Susquehanna Township home. This incident happening last year, February 2020.
Baby then messed up her, went to school, studied, went to school, got her law degree, became a judge, and then fucked it up here in a jealous rage.
Prosecutors saying McKnight was the only person who could have shot her ex-boyfriend Michael McCoy in that home. McCoy said he could not see when he woke up in excruciating pain during the overnight hours of February 10th. He couldn't tell who shot him, but he was adamant that he did not shoot himself. And to his knowledge, McKnight was the only other person in the home when he went to bed. We heard from Cumberland County District Attorney Sean McCormack just shortly ago about the case he was prosecuting to help avoid any conflicts of interest with county and state law enforcement.
I think what I talked about in my closing is...
Bust out laughing.
What'd you say?
You want to bust out laughing, this guy.
Because she's a liar. He's like, I don't know who shot you. It must be an intruder. No, you was the only one in here. Well, look, I can't see, so I don't know. I don't know who shot me.
Using your common...
Where's this gun? Did they ever find it?
sense. That's what I urge the jurors to do. There were two people in that house and only two people in that house. And one of them, the one who was shot, said he did not shoot himself. The logic...
Maybe he sleepwalked and shot himself.
Conclusion is the other person did it.
All right, she's going to jail.
McKnight was led out of the courtroom after the verdict was read in handcuffs. She was being taken to the Dauphin County prison as she had her bail raised to $3 million after the convictions occurred earlier today. A sentencing is set for May. However, her defense attorney indicated that he intends to appeal the verdict that came out of court today. He said that he simply just does not agree with what prosecutors argued and that McKnight did not shoot McCoy. But again, she will face sentencing in May and was taken to the Dauphin County prison after the verdict was read today. Again, Sonya McKnight, district judge here in the Harrisburg area, convicted of attempted murder and aggravated assault.
Also tonight.
We go on Poinciana, Florida, where Dr. Keiva Lark, an assistant principal at Lake Marion Creek Middle School in Poinciana, and I know I butchered that name, was charged with lewd, lascivious conduct and lewd offense against a student by an authority figure after making a 13-year-old student rub her feet like he loved her. Here's the report.
Closer to home, an assistant principal is facing charges accused of forcing a student to massage.
Look at that face. That face been beaten and had a hard life.
Her feet. And that's not all. Polk County deputies tell us it happened at Lake Marion Creek Middle School in Poinciana. She was arrested because a number of witnesses came forward. Fox 13's Evan Moon spent the day in Poinciana today. Covering the story, has the very latest for us tonight on the case.
This assistant principal is accused of an inappropriate massage and making sexual comments to a 13-year-old boy, including about learning foreplay. The Polk County Sheriff calling this outrageous and evil behavior. A 13-year-old boy was just being a kid, throwing balled-up paper across a classroom at Lake Marion Middle School.
No, he's being an asshole, but go ahead, continue on.
His actions sent him to Assistant Principal Keiva Lark's office, but that's when the real trouble began.
She had a 13-year-old child that was at her school rub her feet. Did you hear what I said? That's right. This was a sexual encounter.
53
Is it really though?
Unless he was sucking on him, I can see that. But just
Right.
rubbing the feet, I don't think that's sexual. But it's weird. And
Yeah,
crossing
the
the
lady-
line.
Right, the lady's an idiot. Okay, she went to school, she got her doctorate degree, but she's a idiot. But now, do you think she was doing that because like this kid, like this ain't his first time going to the principal office. He probably was in there all the time. So she's saying, since you all in this trouble, you need to just rub my feet. So maybe that'll stop him from coming back in the principal's office.
No, her fucking dogs was barking. She needed somebody to rub them down.
year-old Lark allegedly punishing the young boy by making him rub her bare feet in his lap, then teaching him how to massage them by rubbing his shoulders. She's also accused of making inappropriate comments, including to rub her feet like he loved her and that she was teaching him foreplay.
She didn't think he was massaging them the right way, so she massaged his arms and his shoulders, and then made the statement like, this will help teach you foreplay for when you have a girlfriend. That's how evil this conduct was. So she's...
The feet rubbing, okay, she's stupid. Again, she's stupid. I'm thinking the dude was like always, the kid was always cutting up and always in the principal office. And this was her way of getting him back. But the sexual stuff right there, I can't really say. I can't really speak up for her on that one.
Jail.
All of this reported to deputies by the principal after another counselor in the room sent it up the chain. And this wasn't the first time she made comments towards him.
She had made statements to him in the past to include calling him sexy chocolate.
Okay, now see, you lost me there. Now you lost me. the hottest 13-year-old in the school.
Damn.
And that just added to our probable cause that she had a interest in him.
Sheriff
A 13-year-old.
saying the boy's parents are disgusted.
We calmed the parents down and said, look, she's going to be held accountable for this outrageous conduct.
The Polk County School Board issuing a statement saying in part, this is abhorrent behavior for anyone who works among students, especially an administrator. This person no longer has any business being around children. But Sheriff Judd says parents should not worry.
It is a great school, and she's out. It's a safe place to send your children.
Keiva Lark is in jail facing
it was safe, all right.
lewd conduct and offenses against a student. At the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Evan Moon, Fox 13 News.
Evan, thanks.
All right, so you can reach the judgmentals. Oh, first of all, when y'all looking at this on YouTube, subscribe also, because a lot of people looked at the last week's episode about the what was this the name of it? I don't even have it here. But last week's episode, a lot of people looked at it and you don't subscribe. A couple people will subscribe, but we need more subscribers. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at pnljudgementals, Instagram at the_judgementals, and you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com.
So we got a lot of freeloaders checking us out and ain't subscribing.
Yes. So, all right, Phil.
All right, peace.
I don't need no crew to produce the same effect. How lame is that? Niggas say that we drawing, but really we